Hello.
Hello! Apa kabar? Happy
Assalamualaikum.
Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Oh, wow,
Salam.
that's a thing now, huh?
It's a thing now. Well, it's not going to be a thing
Yeah.
for a while since we're going to be having our season break. Belum
Yep.
pa ada
Yep.
season break ko. Baru episode berapa kita tu?
Fourth episode, but that's all right. I think it's a good amount of
Yelah, 'cause,
episodes. Yeah.
things be going, things be grinding, we
Mm,
be hustling and things like that. But
yeah.
so with that said, we have a very special guest tonight, which I'm very excited about. Wow, hearing
Me
the
too.
Sape music on loop, I feel so calm, so zen.
Actually, right. If you check out what I sent you guys in the group, then you feel even more zen. That's the
Ooh.
surprise. So you can check it out now. I mean,
Okay,
later.
will
Later.
do. Will
Yeah.
do. How's everybody doing? We
Yeah.
have
How's everyone
Asri.
doing?
We have Asri here, all from Singapore. Hello, Asri. Apa khabar? We have um,
MJVN. Mjvin.
M- Majvan.
Mjvin. You got
Majvan.
this.
Yeah, you
Is
got
that
it.
supposed to be like an emoji or something? That is that
I
why
don't
niya
know.
macam
I think
yeah, is that
so
why niya
lah.
macam the got the, the I don't know what you call that. Nama
Ah.
berita.
Nesh, nama berita nuai. Nama berita wai. OohaTV berita wai. Aku nak nemu Jako Iban. Dek
Yeah,
nemu, Farouk?
actually.
Dek nemu Jako?
Not really, not really. Not really. I should.
Yeah,
Cuz
I feel like every time we
oh,
say like, "Dia nemu Jako Iban," oh, nemu Mimit.
special guest. I have a special guest. Hello,
That's our
everyone.
surprise guest in the
Yeah.
back there. Is that Fig?
No, that's meow meow.
Meow
Meow.
meow.
Hey. Why are you looking at me?
Meow meow is like always the most frequent guest on your Insta story as well.
Yeah, because Fig doesn't really like me. He likes my dad, not me, not much.
Is Meow
He
Meow
yeah.
female?
Meow Meow is a female. That's why niya extra manja, but sassy at the same time. That's why.
Sometimes I just want to be a cat for a day and just sometimes cats are like such ingrates, Macam you give them food and then they just walk away. They just walk away. Not even like rub up against nothing. Just they eat
The
and then
worst
they want food and then they go.
the worst thing is like when in the morning at around what 8 a.m. That's usually when Meow Meow like tend to sit on me or just like lie down on me on my chest especially. So yeah, ngaco because she wants food lah. And okay, bangun
Like
na
feed
wait.
me, humans. Feed
Yeah,
me,
yeah, and
furniture.
she literally does that. She literally macam touch my face with her paw macam yeah, and then when I do wake up and then dah buat niya makan apa semua, and then like she just like look at me and then walk away. I'm like, what are you wanted food, but I gave it to you already. You didn't.
The other day I was talking to my friend who's also like kind of a cat whisperer, and she said like I feel
Oh,
like cats are like smarter than dogs because they know they can get anything without
yeah,
doing the dog game.
yeah, yeah. Dogs have to
So
do so much.
cats crack the animal kingdom code, to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah. Okay, so Nash is wanting to get this thing going. He's
Wow.
asking, "Apa what's Sarawak minggu to why?"
Okay.
So
All
this
right.
one is picked by Farouk, actually.
Let's. Where is the word? Here we go. Word of the week is guy. Not gay. Not just guy. It's not because of the English word GUY guy, but like actually I actually don't know where it came from. This word, it might
I
be from guy as in GUY sebenarnya. Now that I think about it, because like what this means.
I don't use this word. It's not in my vocabulary. I've heard it's said, obviously, but
Yeah,
like I've never used this. Like it's not something that I
I
use.
think it's because like maybe your household very nice. Sedang ano orang apa, like I growing up, man, like in high school, it's kind of like it's kind of a bit like Inga juga, where people say gay ka sa cool. Macam,
I think
that's
if I went to high school in Sarawak, also like I would
mm,
probably would be a person who would use this word. Okay, so Nash said, ha ha ha. And he said, "Guy na jual baju pakai kau ya."
Uh, that, but it's more towards like it's okay. Like I'm gonna bring this back up. Guy na jual baju pakai kawe. No, it's actually guy kau jual pakai baju gede. Yeah, like it's like
Oh, so there's like
mm,
grammatical systems as
yeah,
well. I
yeah,
see. I
yeah.
see.
It can
Kita
work this way too.
Uno miri ada sih pada guy lalu je. Ada sih.
Yeah, guy. But actually, no, I don't know if married people actually say guy.
I
Might be a
don't
Kuching
know.
thing.
I don't think
Yeah,
so. It'll be nice to know what the Miri version of this is. And if anyone's from Miri, let us know if you guys use this word there or if
yeah.
this is like a exclusively Kuching word. Um, but yeah, okay. Asri says here we use it as "Hey guys,"
Hey.
which is funny because that's how I spell guys too.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a Malay. Oh, it says here not a Malay word. I don't think it is. It might just be some word that us maybe
An
maybe it's
expression.
specific to Kuching people. Yeah, it's an expression. What we call like Nash says examples of guy suffix guy skibang guy pasar.
Apa guys
Yep,
skibang ya? Apa skibang?
a type of orang yang guy lah or guy pasar. This
Wait,
this can connect.
skibangnya apa? Apa sebenarnya skibang? Kribang,
Uh,
kribang. Tapi skibang sebenarnya.
I think guy skibang nak jenis macam guy murah gila macam macam lentang bukang ni style ni macam lah.
Lintang
Uh,
keang.
yeah. Guy, I
Okay.
guess if you pada guy pasar tu is also similar to ooh this is apparently a derogatory term,
Choose
but
wisely.
it's not asapai. Asapai. Have you heard of that word asapai?
No.
I don't know if it's also a whole universal Sarawakian thing, but here asapai is a term. In a way, it's a derogatory term to call people yang macam lepak-lepak di town waterfront macam ya, pakai baju seluar petak-petak macam ya lah, yang
Okay,
skinny jeans
okay.
macam
Got
ya
it.
lah.
Got it.
Like that's
Got
what
it.
they call orang asapai lah.
Got it. So Barbara
Oh,
Simang Demong says in Cebu, a guy equivalent is uchak. What
oh,
language is that, uchak?
could be Iban.
Uchak.
Yeah.
Skibang ya actually kampung lah area terbedah.
Dah. Yo, dan ngano orang guys skibang ya, ngano orang skibang lah actually.
And he also said, I don't know
Man.
how the hell my friend started using skibang today. I love you guys, honestly.
I honestly thought skibang was a type of a guy person. Macam guy pasar, guy skibang. Guy sapai sama juga,
Si
But
Uchak tu word apa?
yeah, I think it might be a Iban word. Like a made up word but by Iban people. Could be,
Huh.
right?
Maybe. It'll be very interesting because obviously, guys, like we actually just decide on the word without doing research. Much research to the context of how, like where it derived from, and things like that. Ray says it is derogatory. Well, here we are.
It is
Here we
derogatory.
are, discussing this derogatory word. Okay, so Barbara
Yeah,
said
Iban. Yeah.
Uchak is Iban. Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so is guy like exclusively macam just used by like Malay Sarawakians ka? Like or what? Since
I
like
think
in Iban language it has its own version of it.
I think Iban's Daya, that they use guy also. The ones that I know lah. Maybe they use Ucha. I'm not sure because I don't.
How do you use
Maybe
it?
they don't converse.
Oh,
Maybe it's because like I'm Malay. I don't understand Iban language, so they don't tell me that word. They don't say that word to me because I just
maybe
to be
they call
considerate,
you that. Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
behind my back, I don't know. Guy
Uchak.
Uchak Farok.
Uchak
Yeah, what the hell?
yeah,
Yeah, man.
Okay. Cool. All right. So now we've gotten that lots of knowledge about the different varieties and variations of this word.
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
actually know there was Iban word for a guy.
yeah, so that's pretty cool. But what's gonna be even cooler is our next guest.
Yes.
Actually, I am so excited about our this next guest of ours because not only is she known, I mean, no introduction locally because she's made quite a name for herself, but she's also very much known internationally. In fact, I believe that she has played more places than I have.
Whoa. Really? You
Yes.
think so?
Yes. I feel like this is a fact. Like she's played more countries than I have, more different countries than I think like any other Malaysian artists slash musician combined, honestly.
That's impressive.
She does this whilst telling the stories of her Sarawakian ancestors and preser, pre- preser, preserving
Preservation. Oh, preserve.
preserving her roots, and telling the stories of her language and keeping that alive of her culture.
Right.
So, with no further introduction, because obviously she don't need it, I want to present to you one of my dearest and nearest friends, Alena Murang.
Hey there. Unmute mic.
Hi
There we go.
everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm good.
Finally, we have Alena Murang on the show. I've been looking forward to this all season. All season.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thank you
Problem.
so much for, like agreeing to do this, coming in for a chat with us and, just taking time out on your Sunday night for all of
Of
us.
course. I mean, it's so great to get to know you better, Farouk, because I've heard so much about you and just met you briefly. And Z, I
Oh,
miss you so much. We don't live far from each other at all.
But
It's
like
really so nice catching up with you.
now, like whenever
whoa.
I motorbike sound. Now, whenever like I hear my friends say like they're so busy, and I'm like, make that bread, make that
Yep,
grain,
I'm
make that grain
thinking.
rain, make that grain rain, girl. You do what you gotta do. So, how are you? Like, where was the last? The reason why like we hardly see each other is because like Alena's always jet setting off somewhere. And I remember like at one point, like would be like our kind of conversations would be like, babe, where are you? And then she'd be like, oh, I'm in Taiwan. And I'd be like, oh yes, I'm in somewhere else in the world.
Like it's nice like that, right? Where are you?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then like whenever we want to meet up, we have to give like a week's grace period of getting over our jet lags.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, I'm really happy not to be traveling, actually. It's just been so nice staying
Yeah.
put. And even
Traveling.
sometimes the idea of taking a local flight also makes me tired now. But no, but I'm thankful for the opportunities to fly and to travel and to see different places also.
Your passport must be full, right? The pages.
You know, nowadays they don't chop your passport all the time. I wish they
Yeah,
did.
that's true. Actually, everything is like in the system.
Electronic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
maybe I
but
can drop it myself.
you just came back from Sarawak.
Yeah, I was in Sarawak, I think in Kuching 2 weeks ago
Oh,
for a project. And I stayed there for a week, which was lovely. I always
so
sleep so much better in Kuching also.
yeah, girl, I know what you mean, man.
Yeah?
Like, I need some Kuching time to like recharge too. I need some Sarawak time to recharge because I've been in the city like obviously for like way too long, and it's like my body's like, wait, what is happening? Can we go now?
I know. It's surprising how much energy actually just being in the city takes from us.
True,
Just
true,
need
true.
some kind of detox also lah, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We do. Some like downtime.
Yes, definitely some downtime. So, what do you think of our word of the week? Have you heard of this word before?
No, I'd never heard of this word before, and to be honest, I still don't understand how to use it. I'm gonna go around saying guy in the wrong way. I read on the comments that it is derogatory, so I better not.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not well. It's not extremely derogatory. It's just like it's kind of playful, like to
Okay.
me, a guy is rasa cool. Like you rasa cool lah, like that. Why you so guy, man? Like that lah. Yeah.
Okay. Like shock sendiri.
In a way, yeah.
I still don't foresee myself using that word anytime soon.
But
I
you
don't
might
actually.
need to, and then you'll be like, hey.
Yeah.
The only times I use it is like very sarcastically, though, ironically, just like
Okay.
you guy go,
I was talking to a couple of friends of mine. They came over to the house, to my place, and like we listened to. I was like, "Hey, you guys won't believe what I'm about to play you next." And it's a disco song, but
Okay.
it's the disco version of Old MacDonald. Like
Uh-oh.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, with like a bass.
I've heard that. They used to play in England when I went out.
No way! What?
Yeah, like towards the end of the night.
Are you serious? Well, girl, I have that on vinyl if you ever want to trip down memory lane.
Wait, it's authentically 70s, like disco. Proper
Yeah.
disco.
Like I personally
Whoa.
bought it because the cover is of roller skaters from the 70s with the soft focus lens and all that. Until I
Nice.
got home and I was like, no way am I listening to the disco version of Old MacDonald. So my friends were like, I would legit listen to this like unironically.
Now you just have to roller skate to it.
But then I got thinking, I'm like, I don't think I've ever done anything or said anything ironically or unironically ever.
Why?
Okay, so Alena, it's been a very exciting year for you, despite like what we are all experiencing. Obviously, it's a very strange time for everybody. Like all of us are battling this same thing simultaneously. But it has been quite a productive, eventful, and fruitful year for you. You have is it one or two singles out?
One single out, but we did do that Liling Gawai project that you were part of as well, which I was really happy and like senang hati about. Yeah, but we're gonna release one or two more this year as well. Which I'm really excited about.
Is it all gonna be collected like as an EP?
Yeah, that's the plan. So I actually plan to release an album back in July at the Rainforest Festival, but that was obviously canceled and I couldn't spend the time in the studio. So now we kind of like recalibrated a little. So yeah, gonna release some singles and then release an album.
Oh,
Right.
yay! This year?
Hopefully. We're gonna release the singles this year. And if we can make it, hopefully we'll release the album in December. If not, then we'll do it.
Oh, yeah, that's my birthday month. Do that. 2020 ain't gonna be so bad at all.
I mean, I understand that it's been very unfortunate for many people, but I'm so thankful that it's taken a good turn for me. Yeah, I've having a good 2020 actually.
Yeah, obviously I keep updated with all your ongoings and things like that. And tell us a little bit more about the show that you did recently called Gerak Angin.
Oh yeah, so this Gerak Angin show is supported by Motac, and it was actually started by the industry players. And I was invited to do one of the shows. So it's going to be a 10-minute show out on the 30th of September. And I haven't seen the finished product yet. So we shot it last month and it was really exciting. It was a bit like shooting a music video. So I even had like 2 different looks. We had the smoke machines out. I got my cousins to dance. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see it.
I saw some of your makeup that was on there too. Stephen Sunny did your makeup.
Oh no, so Stephen Sunny did the makeup for another show at Damansara Performing Arts Center. And that's actually the first time that I met him. And he made
great. I love him.
Wonderful. He made my outfit as well, right up to the point that I went on stage, he was still like doing it by hand.
I love working with Steven Sunny. There was one point where I didn't let anybody else touch my face except for Steven Sunny, because like when you work with Steven Sunny, he's all in one. Like he will make sure he's very attentive, very observant about. He wouldn't let me leave my bag by itself. He would like
Yeah.
yeah.
And he
Yeah.
introduced me to the world of eyelashes, fake eyelashes. So I never wear fake eyelashes for shoots. Like I just don't like it, and I don't like the way that I look. And he was like, look at these lashes. They are from such and such and such a place, and like they're really sought after in collector's items. I was like, I didn't know this world of eyelashes, right? And they had beads on them, like mane, actual beads.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were quite
Wouldn't
heavy.
that be heavy for you? Yeah, I was just thinking, wouldn't that be heavy? I'm like,
Anything for the looks.
Yeah. Style over comfort. Thus is fashion.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, I was curious though. Have you always been working with I guess West Malaysians when it comes to making your traditional music contemporarily, you know, in that sense?
So I've always worked closely with my cousin Josh. He's half Kalabit. He grew up in KL, and I only met him. My Kanit cousin. I only met him back in 2008. He was actually well known as a drummer, a rock and heavy metal drummer. And in 2014, I think, or 15, he sat me down and he was like, I want to produce you. And I was like, what does that mean? And he said it like a few times, like after us meeting up. And then I was like, okay, tell me what I need to do. Like, tell me what are the funds that I need? Who are the people that I need? And he told me, we kind of like been on this journey together.
Right.
Yeah, so everything you hear, actually, he's
Up until now, you mean?
Huge part of it. Yeah, up until now. Now he's my guitarist also. He's my producer. And additional to that, yeah, we work with West Malaysians. My longtime guitarist, John, he's Sabahan actually. And he's moving back to Sabah tomorrow. 22nd, Tuesday.
Moving back. So how are you guys going to do your thing?
Have a baby there.
So how are you guys going to do your thing when he moves to Sabah? So you fly back and forth?
Yeah. Fly or we'll have sessionists also, just depending on who's available and what the event is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've also been working with West Malaysians, which I consciously try to do. I know I'm also very like Sarawak proud and try to include our people. But for me, that's important because we share a lived experience that cannot be imitated by non-Sarawakans. So they understand where I'm coming from. Sarawakans understand, you know, the story and the emotions. But it's very important for me to work with non-Sarawakans also, so like to include everyone in the journey and, you know, so that they can also be a vessel for these stories and, you know, reach a wider audience and bring their own perspective and their own experiences to
very
what
important.
we're doing. Yeah. But
I
I'm
also
very
love
conscious about this.
You know what I love about your crew and your team is that they're all your family. It's like it's my cousin. This is my cousin. Your cousin directed your Midang Midang video. By the way, congratulations on all the notations that you've gotten for different festivals, right?
Film festivals, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice to be to kind of see that recognition.
Like the Sarawak
Yeah. Got loads of cousins.
Yeah, and I love that. Keep it in the family. You don't have to look far.
Right. Well, so Josh is not related to you, is it?
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's my cousin.
Is your like first cousin? Is it like?
I don't know.
Kanitla.
So it's like that with Kalabits because our grandparents' generation, most of them had kind of they were match made. And they would usually marry their third cousin or fourth cousin in order to bring the family close again. Yeah. Or there was a lot of adoptions that happened.
Okay.
So like if a couple couldn't have a kid or there was quite a premature deaths, then there would be a lot of adoption. So you would either be related through marriage, through adoption. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can be
Right.
related. So Josh could be my uncle and my cousin at the same time, for example.
The one thing that's good about that, if you like married, the family, whatever, you already know who's going to be invited. You know who's going to be invited.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
list.
it's like, senang cerita.
Because
It's like,
I was curious actually how the whole process of working with people who don't maybe not necessarily understand Sarakan culture and try to bring that narrative to contemporary. So how does that work, especially with Josh? Did he even have experience in trying to fuse those two together?
So we actually had a cousin band when we were in high school called Kanit. And it
I
was
know.
like
I have the CD.
Yeah, there you go. So that's when I first met Josh, because most of us were based in Kuching, right? And Josh and Imer, they were flown over from KL as our KL Kanits to join us to play at Rainforest Festival, and they're on the cover of that CD as well. So that was the first time we had worked with them, and I think probably the first time they had also worked with Sape and our kind of music. We were obviously like quite young at that time, and I guess like both of you maybe understand Sarawak music, obviously. And for me, what I did study, I studied guitar, I studied saxophone. But for Sape, I just cannot brain the rhythm. As in, I don't know how to explain it like a musician would explain it, right? So for me, I just do it from my heart. And bless Josh, like he can break it down and speak music to the other musicians. It's like, oh, how many bars and how many what rhythm and all this kind of like time signature.
wow,
I can't do
yeah.
that. And
So
I think
he converted it, like I guess to convert the layman terms of Sape into professional music sheet.
Yeah, but I also try not to like I don't want to change the Sape rhythm, and I don't want to change too much about it. So it was very important for me to find a band and musicians that were happy to like muddle along with how I explain things and how I play and stuff like that. And I think I found like very professional musicians and really good musicians that can do that. So I think Takira, if they're West Malaysian or Sarawakian or whatever, for me it was more important that they respected the Sape and respected that it was going to be the forefront, and they're the ones supporting that Sape music, and they're all like really interested in world music as well, and had experience in world music before.
Cool. Yeah, because I've always
Was there
wondered
a point? Was there a point when you decided that you're like, this is my instrument, this is my axe, this is my sword, this is what I'm going to carry with me, meaning like this is what I'm going to do? Was there like an aha moment?
Not really, actually, because I played Sape when I was quite young, right? And at that point, I just felt like it was a cultural thing that we did. And I always say, like, in our language, and in many dialect languages, there's no such word as music. Like, there was no, the Sape and its music it had a purpose, it had a role, like for ritual or for
healing music.
Yeah,
or just a part of the daily life. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and there was no like, I am the musician and that is the audience. No, like everybody sat in a huge circle in the longhouse. Someone played the Sape, other people danced, other sing. Like it was just a thing,
Yeah.
So growing up, I never thought that I'm gonna be a Sape musician. This is my axe, as you call it. I think it was more as people started to want to hear the Sape more and start hiring me and stuff like that. And there'll be moments either after a show, before a show, even like on stage, I'd be like, wow, like this is my jam. This is my thing. Like I feel so whole with it,
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's
It's
still
a part
moments
of you now.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that one conversation that you and I had when we first met?
Can.
I
Yeah.
said you want to flex my credit points.
It was in Hawaii. Was it the first time I met you, or one of the first times that I met
One
you?
of the first times, yeah.
through my cousin, my cousin and my friends. I met you back in 2012, maybe, or 2011. It's
Longer than that, lah.
No, because I moved to KL 2011.
2011, probably. Okay.
Yeah, and I think you were asking what I was doing, or I don't know, who am I, or whatever. And at that time, I was working in corporate. But at the same time, I'd been working in corporate for a year, I guess, or so. And my heart was calling me to do art, painting actually specifically, but I also loved music, but I really wanted to be a painter. And I was talking to you about it. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember what you said, and it was to always make time for your gifts. And that really hit me. In fact, like now I also like pass it on to other people. I was like, Z told me to always make time for your gifts. Because it's a very simple step, rather than like quit your steady corporate job and become an artist and have no idea how to do it. That sounds so big and so scary.
Yeah.
But, if we just every day make time for the things that we are naturally good at, that's an easy and a very pleasurable thing to do. So, after doing that, people would commission my paintings, and then I eventually had the courage to be a full-time artist.
Yeah, I remember receiving your letter. I think like you sent it to me when I was still living in New York, I think, or already in LA. I can't remember. So I was in LA at the time, and then I received a parcel from you. I still have the drawing, by the way.
What's in the parcel?
Huh? You sent me a letter.
Yeah.
And then the drawing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I still have that. The drawing.
What's in the drawing?
Can I see it? Break it up for us one day.
She drew me naked. Nobody wants to see that.
How weird would that have been?
Wait, do you teach Sape, by the way?
Sorry?
Do you teach Sape, by the way?
I do. I've been teaching Sape in KL since 2016, actually.
Oh, not too long then.
The last few years, because I was traveling so much, I would teach, and then I would have to leave, travel, come back. I'd be tired, and then travel again. So I would usually teach at the beginning of the year. But after MCO, I've had a surprising amount of new students, which is great.
Do they like buy a Sape from you, or like do they just use the one that you provide in your class?
Yeah, so I always suggest that when you want to buy before buying a Sape for a beginner, I always say come for a few classes, because every single Sape is different, and you need to find what you want in a Sape. First things first, the size of the Sape. I have some students who are small, and my Sape is big. So for class, they use my Sape. But I'm like, you might want to buy a smaller one.
I have a big one also that was given to me by Cultural Village. It's too big for me.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
I
Nash
recently got mine fixed.
I have been wondering where people buy their Sape. It's not like Sape is just available in Lipo Hockly. Where can I get my first Sape?
Actually, no. Zoso does it. Zoso does sell it like factory made or something, in a way lah. Like they have someone making a whole line of Sapes.
So it's a new shop in Kuching.
It's been around for quite a while already, for like maybe 10 years or so already in Kuching. But they have a few branches even in Miri, Cebu, Sabah also. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think only Kuching is the one. Sarawak. I think Kuching is the only one that has the Sape lah.
I think, Nash, if you want to get Sape to really play, I think you should go for a few classes first. There's quite a few teachers in Sarawak, in Kuching, because I assume you're in Kuching if you're talking about Hockly. And after that, you can decide what kind of Sape you want, because there are quite a few available in Kuching also. There's Julian. He has a Sape shop in Riverside. Downstairs, the Sape gallery. But he sells his Sape, which is one style. And then there's Uncle Dines. He sells from his house, near Stampin area. And then you have Ezra. He makes his own sape also, but he also sells his house, or you can commission. And you got Ray, who also makes from his house. You got Francis or Babai in Cultural Village. Actually got banyak tempat that makes and sells sape in Kuching, tapi you have to know where to go, but know what you want. That's the first thing. Know what you want. If you
got mine from a guy named Brandon
Dabby.
Dabby, yes, yeah. Mine's right here right now. He just recently fixed mine, like, because it had a crack, I think, from heat, like cold, hot in the room, and then it cracked. Yeah.
When I brought my sape to England, because I lived there for 5 years, it started cracking. So I had to moisturize it literally.
Cold.
Yeah, it's too dry.
It's too dry. It's too dry.
Dry.
Yeah, I moisturized it with my Nivea cream.
Serious?
What? You gotta hydrate. You gotta hydrate.
Yeah, I used Nivea cream. And then after a while, I got oil. You just use like cooking oil or something. It's okay.
My sape was sent all the way from Gacho Village all the way to New York during the winter. So the moment we took it out of the case and we strummed the first thing, the string putus.
Oh man.
But it does sound different. Like I still have challenge. Like if I'm in a very cold recording studio is always cold, right? And or doing events in KL, the sape changes tuning very, very fast. So I need to always like go really early and acclimatize it.
So that brings me to another question. So you're traveling so much to different climates and stuff. How do you make sure your sape stays in an optimal condition for it to be playable?
So I got a really good case. I got a Pelican case. You know Pelican?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the same one that I have from my sape.
Oh, nice. It's actually a rifle case. I got it in Texas.
Yeah.
What?
Every time we travel, people are like, "What's in there?"
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. You know, it's like, oh, rifle case, so cool.
Yeah,
but,
we
oh
always
my
get
God.
security check. We always get security
Always.
check, and then we're like, "This is a very important weapon." And then you're like, "Open it," and then we open, and then there's a sape, and then you're like, "Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. What is that?"
But what about the moment you like take it out from the case and then like trying to acclimatize it?
I don't do much actually. The sape that I travel with now is custom. I waited 2 years to get it, so I actually requested for a certain kind of wood and for it to be not varnished, but
has some kind of coating lah.
Yeah, like simpan minyak, like a lot of layers, so that it's not so porous. So it's been very good to me. Yeah.
Right. Mine's still pretty new. It's still pretty oily. That's a normal feel, right? Like it's some kind of oil on it. Okay, because no, it's not.
Wait, when you touch it, it's oily?
It's not like extremely oily, but there's like.
Oh, you mean it's lichin?
It's not lichin, but it's hard to explain. It's just kind of slightly oily. Slightly oily.
Maybe that's
I don't know what it is.
It's not like I think if it's very dry, it would absorb all the oil, but maybe it has enough oil, so it's okay.
Does the type of wood determine the oiliness? I don't know.
No, I think it's the finishing that he used, maybe the type of oil or finishing that he used. Yeah,
oh,
but
could be. Yeah.
The type of wood makes a difference to the sound.
Yeah, of course. Mine's Adao, I think. Kayu Adao.
Yeah, that's the best.
Is it? Oh, I don't know. I'm planning to take classes soon, but wait till I have time in Manila.
I want my lesson to be from Alena, of course.
Yeah.
I just want to take some comments from the floor. It says, "Oh my God, it's very good advice, Z. Gosh, I needed to hear that. Day jobs really kill your soul. They numb you. I listen to both Z's and Alena's music to ensure that my soul is still there. Feeds my soul." Thank you so much, Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara. But don't feel bad about your day job. I know.
Yeah.
You do it too.
Yeah. Thanks, Alena, but I've been doing self-teaching for every music instrument I played. Kind of worked for me, but I do want to berguru with a Sape master.
If you're
Sure,
in
you need
KL,
to.
you hit her up, man. Rifle. lalu tetak kan? Sangkut lah custom kucing lah.
Yeah, a bit longer lah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking right now at the list of places that you have played since 2017. Now, I want to unpack some of that because these are very, very impressive places that you've played. So you played Australia, South Korea, Taiwan. Taiwan quite a bit, actually. We're going to talk about that. Played Spain, Italy, Norway, Iceland, USA. For South by Southwest, Germany and Czech Republic and Panama, the most recent one. So you played South by Southwest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yay! 2 Sarawakians now play South by Southwest. Yeah. Mine was in 2009. Yours was in
2018.
2018. Did you like it? Did you like South by?
It was a madhouse.
It's serious madhouse.
Yeah, really overwhelming.
Yeah.
But no, great. Really inspiring.
Yeah. How many shows did you play?
We played 4 shows.
Wow.
But I had hay fever. It was spring.
No.
Oh yeah,
Hay fever is when you're allergic
yeah.
to pollen.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought it didn't click that it might have been hay fever. I thought it was just like, travel for so much and you're like a bit sick and everything. So it actually like got a bit to my throat. But it's okay. I powered through.
Yeah. I actually love South by because, I love festivals, and South by for me was like my first kind of promo show. And I remember I had to sit in for another, she's like a punk artist. Her name is Ava Maria or something like that. And she had some problems getting to the country in time for her show. So I had to sit in and like ganti her for the night, playing to like her fans who are like, just a whole different genre of all together. But we made some pretty new, we made some good new fans. I think that's how like KCRW from NPR was also there, and then I think it was
great.
Yeah, it was super nice, but it's super chaotic, yeah. Super chaotic. Especially
so
on
it's not just music. They cover film, they cover gaming, now they cover wellness.
Oh, okay.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah.
I've never been back after. No, I did. I did for one time. Yeah, I think I did one of the other years. But Austin, I love Austin though.
It is. It is. I mean, it is a eclectic place.
Super. Keep Austin weird, as they say. So 2019, you played in Czech Republic for Colors of Ostrava. How was that?
Well, Colors of Ostrava, like a festival on its own. If you want to go attend a festival as a fan, as an audience, go to that one because it's so affordable. And, people social distance anyway. I think they don't like body on body crowds. So it's so easy. You want to watch Florence and the Machine at the front, you just like walk to the front. But there's a lot of people. It's just like they don't squish against each other. So I like that. I like my personal space, right? Yeah. And they have good headliners. So it was really great for us to be there. We were headlining with Florence and the Machine, The Cure. Oh my gosh.
The Cure?
And, and then this Danish chick, I actually don't know how to pronounce her name, but it's M-O with the dash in the middle. I love her music, but I don't know how to pronounce her name.
So this is beautiful. See, like you don't only play world music festivals, like you cover the whole like spectrum, actually.
Yeah, I mean, mostly we do world music festivals, and actually Colors of Ostrava, they're always at the World Music Expo. So I guess they do have some sort of interest in world music. Actually, Rosalia was also a headliner. Do you know Rosalia? She's she's really big now. Like she plays the Grammys and all that kind of stuff. She was trained in flamenco, singing and dancing, and she's completely made pop, but still heavily with those elements. So you can imagine her dance and the flamenco style of singing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this festival, like they're heavily influenced by world music, but then they also have the headliners like Florence and the Machine and the
I love that. I love well. That's also kind of like what you do is bridging the gap between old and new.
It's really fun.
But you're not. I don't see you as a fusion world artist. Like you're not that. Like you're just like this. Like still kind of like authenticity to what you do. In fact, I am very open and verbal about. I say like if there's a Malaysian artist who can get into the Grammys, it's Alena Murang.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Goals, sister, goals.
Through the world music, channel, of course, but you do it best. You do it best.
Thank you. I do have a wonderful team.
Oh, which are all your cousins?
Which are all my cousins. No lah, I got non-cousins also. I have to credit them. I guess they become family.
Ah, bless. So Farag also has a couple more questions.
Oh, this one was I got it. I got it wrong in the first place. I thought you were teaching in the rural areas of Sarawak, but actually no. You were working for Teach Malaysia, and you were supporting the setup for TFM in Sarawak.
Yeah, so TFM is it's a foundation or a yayasan, Teach for Malaysia,
Right.
and it's part of an international network. So things like basically issues of the rural areas, such as getting access to education, is still very close to my heart. Because my father's generation, first of their community to get an education and to leave the rainforest, right? We were the first generation born outside of the rainforest. So just because of that access to education and those opportunities is why I'm here today. So the issue, or whatever you want to call it, of education is still very close to my heart. I worked, I think, 2.5 years with Teach for Malaysia. I did strategy, actually. So I wasn't a frontliner teaching in the schools, but kind of supporting the teachers that were working in the schools and helping them to overcome the challenges that students, teachers had, and parents had. And during those years, they set up Teach for Malaysia in Miri. So I was a part of that also. And it was just, it was very interesting and very real to be a part of that. And even though I'm not a part of that foundation anymore, if there's any like ad hoc things that I can help with, I still do.
When was that? That was quite a while ago, right?
Gosh, that was 2014. And then I took a little break and then did 2015 and 2016.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So,
if I could do it, I really want to, but I figured I just have to focus on what I got to focus on.
Right.
Yeah.
Royston John Kule says, "Miss you, Ale." Is this your cousin also?
No, Roy is
part of Nading
Rhapsody.
I see. Hi, Roy. Pa kaba? This is an interesting question. To all of you, headlining with other major stars, how do you brave yourself standing in front of the world? How do you silence the self-doubt, if you have any, prior to your performance? This is a great question. Ya kan? This is like a very, very specific question. Alena, how do you do it?
To all of you. I've never done that.
I still get nervous, actually. Any small show, like small local show, big international show, I still get nervous. And actually, even just last year, I was talking to one of my friends also who performs, and I said, he was wishing me good luck for my show. I said, I'm so nervous. And he said, how he does it is to visualize the end of the show and that everything had gone well, right? Whereas me, sometimes I worry. So I'm starting to practice that, and that's a lot. But also before a show, I also just try to ground myself and remind myself of my intention, which is to, play the music of our people, make our people proud. And, I play to audiences that are bigger than the population of our people. And sometimes I just like pinch myself and be like, oh, this is why I'm here. So just grounding yourself, and
Like,
obviously practicing.
I mean, I really love like the kind of shows that you've played. You know, obviously, like I remember one time I was like talking to you, and you like sent me. I don't know if I saw it in your story. I don't know, but like you sent me a photo of you on the fjord in Norway, and you're like, "I'm about to play." I'm like, "You're playing on the fjord. Get out!" Okay, like that is so cool. Like I don't know a lot of other artist friends of mine who have said they played on the fjord. You know, so that's pretty cool. But it also looks like you play a lot of Taiwan shows in Taiwan as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I started playing Taiwan maybe 3 years ago, and it's really become like another home to me. I guess the narrative kind of started because Taiwan people in Taiwan, indigenous people in Taiwan, know that people from Borneo came from Taiwan, right? And it's a very strong narrative there. And additionally, Taiwan has a lot of support for music and festivals, and additionally for indigenous music. So there's a lot of opportunities in Taiwan. I've also been there shooting documentaries for they have Taiwan Indigenous TV station.
That's so cool. That's
Whoa,
so cool.
indigenous TV station.
Yeah, so the indigenous, there's about, I think, 16 tribes that are recognized by the government, and there's other tribes that are currently in the process of being recognized by the government. So they're very strong in their work and their community life and their music. And I said to one of my friends there, she's a powerhouse indigenous woman. She's like a TV producer, music producer, host, actor, and a very powerful musician. She's from the Amis tribe. And I said to her, I was like, they're called Amis people. I said to her, you really inspire me. And, you're so lucky to have this support from your government. And she said, look, it didn't come without all the work that we've done. We didn't have Taiwan's indigenous TV station. We didn't have indigenous festivals and all those kind of things that we had to work for it. So that really inspired me to keep on working and working and working. And, who knows, 50 years time, maybe we can have the same thing.
Oh, we need that now. We have waited about 30 years, so we need that as soon as
Our
we can
future's looking
get
pretty
that.
bright, though.
Doing that.
I think,
Yeah.
I think we're on a good path right now.
Yeah. So, okay, this is a fun fact, and Farouk, like you were asking as well. A fun fact, like just facts. Before the show about how Borneoans derived from central Taiwan.
Yeah. So there's this language group called Austronesian language, right? And that language group includes, for example, indigenous Taiwanese people, languages from Philippines, including Tagalog, a lot of indigenous groups from Borneo, so including Sabah and Sarawak. Part of Malay is also Austronesian language. Here I'm talking about language, not race. And then Indonesia, you got some, the Polynesian languages, so from Tahiti, Rapa Nui, which is Easter Island, Maori language. It's the same language root. So I'm part of a different production, and in that band I have bandmates from those islands, and we sit down often and be like, how do you say this in your language? How do you say that in your language? So for example, in Kenya, life is urip, and that's the same in Easter Island, and that's the same in some Taiwanese tribes. And also we count the same, like up to 10. So the number 5 is lima in those languages. And even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8, and 10 are like the same, basically. I went to do. Sorry?
How do you say them? Like, what's the
In
example?
my language?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the
We'll
thing,
be
right?
here all day, okay?
Yeah.
But
just like
what I
that
want to
one,
know, but
two.
what I want everyone to know is how, like they just sort of were nomadic and how they traveled from central Taiwan through the Austronesian wind.
Yeah, so our ancestors were some of the greatest seafarers. So from Taiwan, 5,000 years ago, seafarers left the coast of Taiwan, traveled down to Philippines, Borneo, Madagascar. And then from Philippines again, maybe Borneo, skipped Australia, maybe because of the currents or something. Also went to like Solomon Islands, Papua New Guinea, and then up to Easter Island, Tahiti, Hawaii, and the last destination was New Zealand. So including Fiji, all the Polynesian islands.
Oh, so Hawaii was one of the youngest then.
Yeah. So if you just Google, right, Austronesia, there'll be a map on Google Images, and then they show the arrows and then the dates and stuff like that. And it's something that all anthropologists and studying this area, they know about it, but it's just shocking how we don't know about it, right, guys?
No.
Taiwanese people know about it now, and the Maori people know about it, and Madagascans also know that their ancestors are Dayak. They know like this word Dayak. Yeah, and
when I went to Hawaii, I told them I was from Borneo. They're like, "Hey, we cousins."
Polynesians, I understand Polynesians are like
we're Polynesian. In fact, I have done like that the DNA test, and I'm 24% Polynesian. It says.
Wow, you're gonna see, right? That DNA probably comes from Taiwan.
Yeah, I absolutely no Euro blood at all. Nothing. Just South Asian. And Polynesian, and then Additions. Can't remember, like 100%.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that test, but I'm kind of scared. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, they have some lab has my data now. Like no need
that's one other thing I was gonna say. Like, don't you know that they keep your data and all that? And
they do.
DNA. But I'm on Facebook and they have all my data too. So,
but if they want to clone me, I don't know. The world will be in trouble. So like, don't clone me. But yeah, I think I found out about kind of the genesis of like Borneoans as well while I was in Taiwan. And we went to this center where they had an exhibition of their tribes, and macam the Puakumbu is also the same design, almost the same.
What? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the ikat.
Their designs are very similar to ours also.
Yeah.
Their beads, like the beads that they wear, like see, I cannot see, but I think those black ones that you're wearing now, they also have those. But obviously, they came through trade, but they really value beats like we do. And I was doing a documentary in my friend's village. It was like an exchange that we were having. And she's from the Paiwan people. And and she doesn't speak much English. I don't speak much Mandarin. And I went to see her mom and her mom's sister were just like at home in the kampong eating snails and drinking wine. And they were laughing and she said to her mom, like, "Hey, what are you?"
That sounds super bougie, actually. Eating wine, eating escargot, and drinking wine.
It's like the Iban ladies in the kampong, like that,
Love it. Can I go there?
And she asked her mom to sing a song for me, so I can just listen to what their song sounds like. Dude, I ended up like my Kalabit is not fluent, but I could understand like 50% of the song because their language ended up being the same as ours. Yeah. And then how they call mother is ina, and we say sina. And how they call father is ama, and we say tama.
Wow.
Yeah, and she was singing a children's song, and it starts with Piu, piu. And then, like, I'm starting a website for children's songs. I've been collecting Kalabit's children's songs. And we also have a song that starts like that. Piu, piu, along, along. I was like,
oh my gosh, Alena, this is why we need to meet soon, because I have a similar project idea that I was like talking to Kaki Sini about as well in regards to children's songs.
Okay.
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 Gonna do it soon. Gonna do it. But
baru je kelakar dia.
Hi all. Onsja. Hi all, Z and Alena. Any future collaboration in plan?
We have a lot of like ideas in the cloud.
Yeah.
Tapi I think waiting for the right time to execute.
Exactly. Timing is everything. But the answer to that is yes. But when in the future, don't know yet. Which plan, also don't know yet. But a
Yeah.
definite yes, for sure. Let's see. Again, essential topics that should be in our elementary/high school syllabus.
Don't get me started.
Last week we had Beth Balan and we had a whole conversation during the show and like after that as well until her
Yeah.
social battery ran out already. Um, but it's really interesting, and I also mentioned that Alena has quite the knowledge in native chords, and like you were the person who actually told me about native chords.
I have a lot more to learn.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
tell everybody the basic about native chords, because every time I mention it, people are like, "Wait, really?"
Yeah, so we have the native chords. It was established since the Brooke times, so the 1800s. This year is actually the 150th year of our native chords, and every kaum has their own native chord. Sorry, dry lips. And okay, where do I start? So every kaum, so Iban or Kalabit or something, we have our own adat, and in this case, adat is law. It's law to the community. So if you did something bad or something against the adat, there would be certain punishments. So it would be like X amount of gongs, or even that they've upgraded it also to money, but it's a small. I mean, I guess for us it's a small amount, like 5 ringgit or something. And some of these adat are codified now. So meaning it is by law, but only within the civil courts of Sarawak, right?
Oh.
So you can also get married in the native courts. You don't have to go through civil courts. So if you are in, like I'm Kalabit, right? I could get married in the native courts, but our native court is not a physical building now, right? So for example, my court would, I don't know where it is, but it's probably in our Tua Kampong's house, in our Pengulu's house, right? So he can issue a letter saying that I am married to so and so, for example, and then that's legal in Sarawak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's these things like marriage. So if you get married in the native courts, then your divorce would also have to go through the native court, and the amount that a man would pay for his children, so the maintenance would also be what's stated in the adat of the people. Yeah, so there's issues like marriage, land, which is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Contention, I guess, and then
Just a little petty crime, like if you
yeah,
steal
petty crimes.
something.
Yeah. Or there was a case in Kalimantan, I think 2 years ago, where this dancer danced not very nicely on top of a big gong. I don't know if you saw that. She was like jumping up and down and everything, and the community was quite upset. I don't think she was from the community, and she had to buy like the penalty, which was the number of cows and stuff like that. So these are like adats and laws that are very real, right, for the people, and they still exist.
I love that. I hope it will never be touched. I hope it will just be native courts always and forever.
Yeah, so that's what's currently, I guess, being done. They're just upgrading it to make it more relevant. Because I don't know if there's any Sarawakians watching it, would you go through the native court, for example? Because if we don't use the native court, the young generation, then it's going to die, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to a native court in Smarahan actually, and
yeah, they have the new one. Well, not new, but the physical court, right?
Physical court is an actual like you feel like you're in court. So I had to go for a hearing, and so here's the thing. The reason why I went is because I'm Bumi Putra, but I'm not Sarawakian Bumi Putra. So I have to go through the native court to prove that I'm Sarawakian Bumi Putra.
My dad is from a lot of those cases.
Yeah, my dad is from Sabah. My mom is Sarawakian. So like, and in Sarawak you follow your father. So my ethnicity, I guess my Bumi Putra status is general Malaysian Bumi Putra.
Or you would be Sabahan Bumi Putra.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
in Sarawak, and a lot of people my generation don't know this, but if you are only native if both your parents are Sarawakian native.
Ah.
Yeah, so but I'm Bumiputra, but by law I'm not native. So yeah, something needs to be changed in an ordinance in order for that to happen. In order
Yeah.
for these
I'm
mixed kids
native
to be
lah.
native.
So I'm native.
Your parents are both native Sarawakian, right?
Both Sarawakians.
Yeah. Wait, if they're native Sarawakian, then yes lah, you are native.
Oh, okay. I thought you said like if your both parents native, then you're native lah. Then I can go to native courts, but I don't know where to find a cow.
And
If I do
like all
something,
these things,
I
by
don't
the
know
way,
where
like
to find a
everyone
cow.
here just
Hey,
double check
kita,
back.
you know.
That's what I understand.
Raya Haji, Korban apa semua, where do you think you get the cows? There's a big market for that. Muslims do that. Muslims have a big market for that. The Korban Zaman, the Korban
Just
season.
I feel like, see, sini.
Sini mau beli sapi.
Oh my god! You know, today I went for a sound check, and
Uh-huh.
after I was unplugging all my stuff, I saw someone wrote on my DI with a sticker,
Sapi.
SAPI. Yeah.
Alena Murang, sapi player.
Yeah, saya pemain sapi.
Sapi. I've taken my sape like around as well because I don't play it, but I kind of guided my guitarists. My American guitarists had to play sape, but they will always say, "Okay, so you guys need another DR for the Sape."
The Sape. I was gonna say that. Yeah, the Sape.
The Sape.
Oh man.
Oh man, si tetangga kita dah 10 minutes overtime. I told you if me and Alena get together,
Oh my god.
we could definitely go on. Okay, last from the comments by Shakina Jane Teo. You guys are putting Sarawakian on world map. Proud of you all. Thank you so much. I mean, your
We try,
support,
we try.
your support means the world to us. So
We
without
can't do
the support, yeah, without the support, everything will be a little slower. So don't forget to support your local artists, local Sarawakian artists, more specifically as well, because we need each other for that.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
one big family.
Exactly.
One
So
big kanit.
Alena, what as somebody who is, I mean, you are the perfect advocate, I find, for Sarawak music, Sarawak people and culture. Is there anything you would like to say to young aspiring artists who would like to follow in your footsteps?
I'd say first of all, go for it. I know it's very daunting, especially growing up in Sarawak. We're not exposed to this whole like media industry and how like the music industry really works. And you know, I'm still learning a lot to this day, but just start. You know, just start. If your intentions are clear and good, people will be there too. People will just, you know, fall into your path, and you find that things will happen. But work hard also lah. You know, work
Yeah.
hard and
Yeah.
ask for help. You know, ask people if you're not sure. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, that's so good. It's hard work, but ask for help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
I think
true. You
sometimes
can't.
it's scared to
yeah.
ask for help, but just
Yeah.
ask. People don't answer lah. You don't lose anything, you know?
Yeah, exactly. The worst that can happen is no, you know. So
Yeah.
say Badri Hisham says, yes, Sarawak people.
People.
Pagi hidup, pagi ngelaban. Yeah. I love that. Okay. All right. Well, everybody, we've come to the end of our show. And we're so amazing and grateful to have had Alena Murang be the guest on our season break. We are going to be taking a little bit of a break from OohaTV. For how long, Farouk? Do you know?
Maybe a month or so. You know, just gather our resources, gather more talents, gather more people to put out. You know,
Resources, definitely. Sapa
Yeah.
video editor more apa amp up their portfolio. Please let us know. You know, we are musicians jabah. Kita tolong sama diri ah. Kami orang kredit habis sakan mana. Jadi kita tolong sama diri. we need video editors actually to compile everything for
Yeah.
us. But hopefully, when we do come back for our seasonal break, we have some very exciting potential guests as well. And one of them is Alena. You know him, is
Yeah,
Alvin Lee.
woohoo! I'll tune in for that.
Yeah, we're so proud of him as well.
Yeah.
I'm really
Um,
excited for that one. Yeah.
yeah, me too. But with that said, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in with our our previous episodes and engaging and keeping up. Don't forget to share Oha TV's Facebook with your friends, your family, your kanits, and everyone. Yeah, because this is a new platform. It's not going to be on ZRV's platform anymore. And
Mhm.
speaking of platforms, please keep yourselves updated for some exciting things in Alena Murang's world and career and journey. These are her socials.
Hey, hey,
Okay, right?
there
Okay.
you go. There you go.
Okay, so Alena Murang, you can follow her. She's on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and Facebook. Her Instagram, Alena Murang, YouTube, Alena Murang, Spotify, Alena Murang, Facebook, Alena Murang.
In case you forget.
And over here is Farouk. Farouk, I'll let you say your socials.
I've only got two. It's just Instagram Farouk Kamil, Spotify Farouk Kamil. That's all. Yeah.
And these
Facebook
are
channel pula
mine.
ba?
I'll do Ziavi.
Okay, do
We got
Ziavi.
Instagram, z.avi. Spotify, zavi. What's that one?
That's
Deezer.
TikTok.
Oh,
TikTok.
TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. TikTok, z.avi. YouTube, Ziavi Music. And Facebook, zavi.
Wow. And that was the most mahal intro
know,
to my
right?
socials. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much, Alena.
Thank you,
And
guys.
thank you so much. And don't forget to follow OHA TV on our socials. Instagram, it's ohatv.my, and Facebook, OHA TV. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Many blessings to all of you. Wish you the best of love and life. 1, 2, 3. Oh!